students, and welcome back. So let's come to the question first. Me and my spouse have a big family comprising 8 females and 6 males. We have 2 sons and 2 daughters, of whom the eldest is unmarried. Now, out of my 2 grandsons, the 3 granddaughters, only 1 grandson is a single child. His mother is my younger daughter. Now, which of my children necessarily has 2 daughters? None of my sons, one of my sons, one of my daughters, and elder daughter. Okay, so let's solve this together. Now, I'm making some space so that I can write properly. So, in a family tree puzzle, if a child has children, we must assume they have a spouse, unless the problem says they are in a single parent. Right. Now, this spouse-in-law are the secret ingredients that make the math work. Now, let's do a quick audit of the boys and girls. If we don't track them now, we will end up with the extra aunts by the end of the slide. Okay. So, total families, they have 8 females. So, spouse, daughter 1, the eldest and the single unmarried. Okay. Now next is the granddaughter 1, granddaughter 1, fourth is the granddaughter 2, and sixth is the granddaughter 3. Okay, but wait, that's only 6, right? We need 2 more. And where are they? Oh, they must be the wives of the 2 sons, right? Now, let's look at the males. They are 6. First one is the narrator. Second one is son 1. Third is son 2. Fourth is the grandson 1. Fifth is the grandson 2. But that's only 5, right? We need 1 more. And who is he? He is the husband of the younger daughter. Since the eldest daughter is unmarried, she does not bring a husband to the count, right? Now, for the drama, we have 5 grandchildren, right? Just a second. We have 5 grandchildren. So, 2 boys and 3 girls. Now, the problem says only 1 grandson is a single child. His mother is my younger daughter. Now, the younger daughter has exactly 1 child, 1 son. Since the eldest daughter is unmarried, she has 0 children, right? So, who is responsible for the remaining 4 grandchildren? 1 grandson and the 3 granddaughters. The 2 sons must be the parent of these 4 kids. Now, let's distribute the 4 kids among the 2 sons. We have 1 boy and 3 girls left to assign. So, let's take 2 scenarios. Okay. Scenario number 1, that is the case number 1. So, son 1 has 3 daughters and son 2 has 1 son. Okay. Now take case number 2, that is the scenario number 2. Son 1 has 2 daughters and son 2 has 1 daughter plus 1 son. Okay. Now in scenario B, one son has two daughters, and in scenario A, one son has three daughters, which technically means he has two daughters plus a bonus one, right? But look at the option. Does a daughter have two granddaughters? No. One is unmarried and the other has a single son. So does the none of my sons work? No. The only logical necessity is that the girls are distributed among the sons' families. So the answer is option number B, one of my sons. Okay, so students, the secret to solving this is not just counting the people mentioned, but finding the invisible spouses to balance the gender totals. Now, if you can find the hidden son-in-law, you can find the answer. Now, when solving the blood relation problems, we treat it like a constraint satisfaction problem, CSP. First, the variables, the family members. Second, the constraints, the total number of the males and the females, and the unmarried status, and the number third comes the deduction. That is, if the total females are 8 and we only see 6 in the direct bloodline, the remaining 2 must be the external entries, the daughter-in-laws. Okay, so the younger daughter has a one single child, one boy, and 3 granddaughters, and 1 remaining grandson must be belong to the sons. To satisfy the requirement of 3 granddaughters between the 2 sons, at least one son necessarily has at least 2 daughters. Okay, so guys, this was the whole solution for this question. I hope this is clear to you. See you in the next session with a new question, guys. Till then, keep learning and keep growing.